Hello. This is the Not for Losers podcast. My name is Troy Hill, and I got Kyle with me. How are you doing today, Kyle?
I'm doing well. How are you, Troy?
I am great. And you know what's been keeping me going this whole damn day?
It's hard to tell. I have no idea what that would be.
I was thinking about the toys that we used to play with when we were kids that made us so damn happy. It just had my heart all warmy. I was in my feels all damn day.
Well, that's a good place to be, I guess.
Would you ever had days like that before?
I actually have. I actually have had times when I would think back to when I was young and think about toys that I used to have. My brother and sister were both a lot older than me, so I was, quote, an only child, unquote. So, yeah, toys were a big part of my life growing up.
Well, let's go ahead and hop into it right now. What do you think one of your favorite toys was when you grew up?
There were a lot of them. Probably, I had a little robot called Verbot.
The treasure of Princess Alicia.
Here's Verbot, a robot you can program to perform 8 different functions.
Go right.
You can control Verbot with your own
Go
voice.
left. Verbot, I said left.
He'll obey your commands.
Verbot, speed.
4 AA 29-volt and 2C batteries not included.
Mission accomplished. The princess is satisfied. Yeah.
Verbot, a voice-activated robot. New from Tomy.
And it was supposed to be a voice-activated robot, and so it was supposed to be able to pick things up, and you talk in the little microphone, and it was wireless, but it had a wire on it. Weird. Anyway, and so you could tell it to smile, or you could tell it to turn right, turn left. I never could get the thing to work, and I know that was one of the big toys that year. And I could not have been the only disappointed child at Christmas. But yeah, it was pretty sad. It basically would just stand there and look at you. And I felt like an idiot because I was talking into the microphone, and my parents were looking at me like I was a freak, but I could never get it to do what it was supposed to do.
And this is called a Verbot, because I don't remember a Verbot. I remember like Teddy Ruxpin and the Alfie robot.
It was Verbot, like verb, like
Okay,
yeah,
okay, Verbot, okay,
yeah,
makes way more. Well, I mean, it's still the shit didn't work, so
unless anybody else got it to work, I could not get it to work. It was. I mean, it would have been so cool because. I could have used it as a monster to pick up my G.I. Joe guys and throw them across the room, but I could never quite get it to work right.
Yeah, that's a funny thing about the child's imagination, because as a kid, your toys are doing way more in your brain than what, like, say if your parents are watching you, and you got like this high level battle going on. And, you got like lasers shooting all over the place, smoke and fire and crashes. And like your parents just look at you and you got like 3 or 4 toys just sitting there and you're just making noises. And they're wondering what the hell's wrong with this person. They need to call a doctor or something soon.
Yeah. There were several times when my parents looked at me and they just shook their head and walked away. I think they were sad for me.
Well, listeners, if you happen to remember the Verbot, please share your experiences with us. We'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And did you actually get it to work? Because I think that would make Kyle. I don't know if that would make Kyle feel good about himself or not. Don't tell us if you had it work.
That would depress the hell out of me. I would just be depressed like you would not believe. I put a lot of time and a lot of effort into that, and nothing.
Did it come with instructions?
Oh, of course. You record your voice so it gets used to your voice, and I tried several different voices and I couldn't get any of them to work. So you record what you want it to say, and then it understands, quote, understands you. And then
How do you know it understands you?
It would, I think if I remember right, there was a certain tone or like a click that it gave you when it understood the command.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely searching this thing, and we will be including links to everything that we're talking about here, whether it's a commercial or a picture of said toy. Would you like to hear one of my favorite toys of all time growing up as a child?
Absolutely.
It will be the Rage Cage Incredible Hulk.
This is the Hulk. You can place the Hulk into the Rage Cage. With a few pumps of the Hulk inflator, you can make the Hulk grow in size. Rip out of the shirt. And break out of the Rage Cage. The Hulk comes complete as shown. Some assembly required from Fun Stuff.
I did not have the Rage Cage Incredible Hulk.
Do you know of the Rage Cage Incredible Hulk?
I don't believe I do.
Well, let me tell you about this thing. It's an Incredible Hulk, right? And you got him like in clothes and stuff, and he's like in a cage. And you pump him up, and the damn thing, it start ripping out of his clothes, and it break out of the cage.
See, that sounds a little erotic to me. I'm just saying. See my robot would just you just tell it, hey, go pick up a can of soda, bring it over here. You know what I'm saying? And you got clothes flying all over the place, and
it wasn't that dramatic. The clothes were just, there's like already set up the pre-rip, it just
was there a stripper pole in the middle of the cage that
Well, at least mine operated.
Yeah, you got me there. Yours worked. I cannot argue with you on that one.
I mean, and back to your comments and stuff. Maybe you're talking about maybe you're asking the Verbot the wrong question.
Maybe I was.
Maybe your Verbot was different.
I definitely couldn't get it to fall in love with me. I know that.
Oh man, well, I hope you guys listening in are enjoying our program. If you have any of your own toys that you loved and adored growing up as a child, please share with us because we would love to hear your comments. We'd also like to say this portion of the show is not sponsored by Kenny Rogers Rotisserie Chicken. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. You need to know when to get that 2-piece chicken and a biscuit. And
make sure it's dead.
Yes. But what? Okay, well, give me another one of your favorite toys.
Okay, I had one that was somewhat anxiety inducing. It's probably why I have high anxiety today. I had a game called Perfection.
When you're into perfection, keep on your toes. You have to be quick, cause here's how it goes. Push the plunger down, set the timer. Get the pieces in place. Don't be slow in perfection. You've gotta move on fast, or the pieces pop up before you put in the last. And that's perfection.
And for a greater challenge, try Superfection. 32 puzzle shapes to assemble in place. It can drive you wacko. Perfection.
And you're laughing because I'm assuming you know what Perfection was.
Yeah, I know what it is, and I can understand the anxiety.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what Perfection was a game with, I want to say, probably 6 rows of 6 pieces that were all differently shaped.
Yep, red and yellow.
You push, the board was red and the pieces were yellow. You push down on it and set the timer. I don't remember how long the timer went, but I know that it was not long enough. And you put the little pieces in, and you have to get them all put in the right spot before the timer goes out. And once the timer's up, it ejects all the pieces. The thing jumps off the table. You may soil yourself. I don't know if that was just me. Maybe that was just me. Anxiety for an 8-year-old, I only really played it like, I don't know, a dozen times, and I had to give myself a break in between.
Is that when you started smoking?
Yeah. I was what you call a hoodlum back then.
Well, I will say my my experiences with perfection. I'm thankful for it because it definitely changed my career where I didn't want to go try and save people, trying to defuse bombs and stuff. Because in every reenactment that I would try in my brain when I'm trying to beat this game and stuff, I lost several lives. Several.
I'm sure the families would still be in mourning today.
Yes.
For all of the lives that you would have. Yeah.
I might have saved maybe a couple of people, but
you may have. But
that was my warped sense when my imagination when I was a kid. I'd always be in these type of situations where I'm trying to save somebody. I'm trying to do something.
Troy Guyver. That's who you were, Troy Guyver.
Yes. I wish I was, because then it would have been simpler, because all I would have needed was like a paper clip and like a half of a lima bean, and I probably could have saved half the world.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. No, that game freaked me out. It really did. And I know it was meant to be fun, and I'm sure for some people it was, but wow. Yeah, I had to be in a mood to play that one.
And how old were you when this game was out?
I'm only guessing that I was probably 7 or 8 years old.
Damn, starting to smoke and drink scotch at 7 and 8 because of perfection.
Yeah. Damn perfection. Imagine explaining that one to your therapist.
Tell me more. All started with perfection.
Yeah. I still don't know if I maybe if I was smarter and had better hand-eye coordination, maybe I could have done it and not freaked out, but
I don't know.
It was too much.
I mean, that little tick-tocking was like a proverbial pistol to your head almost. And stuff like that. Like, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
And they made it loud on purpose.
Yes.
They made it loud. It wasn't like you could, it echoed in your brain the whole time you did it. And all you can think of is, I can't find the piece shaped like a star. I cannot find it. Where is it? And I'm looking under the couch and stuff, and it drove me crazy.
Then you realize it's in your left hand after the fact.
Oh, yeah, because you picked it up before when you were looking for the circle. You picked up the star. Yeah.
Well, no, that's some good stuff. A lot of good games out there back in the day. Also, you got your Hungry Hippos. Life. Monopoly. There's several good games back in the day. Listeners, please go ahead and go in the comments and let us know what you think about perfection. And just go ahead and share your favorite board game or game back when you grew up as a child. We'd love to hear about it. I guess another favorite toy I had of mine was the $6 Million Man.
Oh, yeah.
$6 Million Man, ready to operate and command. Colonel Steve Austin is the $6 Million Man, complete with the technology to replace his bionic modules. Check him out with the bionic transport and repair station. Control his amazing lifting strength. See through his wide-angle bionic eye. The man, his bionic transport that becomes a repair station, and a working backpack radio.
One that you looked through the back of the head and you could see out the eye.
Yes.
Yeah. I did not have that one, but I always thought that was cool as hell.
Yeah, lots of adventures with that damn thing. And I think because I'm a little bit younger, I think I had the second edition, because the first edition and the compartments in the arm, you could open up the compartment and remove like stuff, but I guess kids were choking and stuff, so they replaced that with stickers.
Oh, yeah.
So, I had that. My sister, she had the $1 Million Woman or whatever her name was or whatever. So we have like our little battles. I believe there was an actual Bigfoot action figure that came out, but I mean, by that time, my grandma wasn't. It's like some things for whatever particular reason, which we could segue into another thing. What about toys that you really, really wanted growing up, but your parents wouldn't get it for you? Not because they couldn't afford it, but they had some type of misconception about said toy.
I don't know. Once I got to a certain age, I was pretty much all about Star Wars.
Yes.
And so my dad, God love him, my dad took me to my first Star Wars movie.
Yes.
So dad was real cool about me getting Star Wars stuff. Yeah. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that they had any issues with. But once I got to a certain point, it was 100% all Star Wars, and I didn't really play with anything else after that. Star Wars
I totally understand that. So actually, just to answer the question about the toys that we wouldn't have, then we're going to talk about Star Wars a little bit, why we're not intentionally including it into the toys, because I mean we'll kind of cover that when we get back. But right. One game my mom would never get me was Mousetrap.
Mousetrap, the wildest, funniest game you've ever seen. Mousetrap! Catch the mouse, that's half the fun. But there's even more to playing Mousetrap game. Here's where the fun begins. Move 2 spaces, 1, 2. Start building the mousetrap. Race your mouse around the board, building a mousetrap as you go. Then comes the funniest part of Mousetrap game. Mousetrap! Why don't you get Mousetrap? Mousetrap! The nuttiest, funniest game you've ever seen. It's a wonderful game. It's ideal.
Commercial just looked insane. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to catch these mice. I'm going to do this and that. Mom, I want to go get Mousetrap. Draw now. And go ahead and pick up your room a little bit.
Yeah.
And she would never give me a damn reason why I could not get Mousetrap. I could ask her today for some Mousetrap, and I still wouldn't get the shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I want Mousetrap right now. Mousetrap was badass.
So you actually got to play it. I never got to play it at all. I mean, kids, we like to go thrift shopping, and we'll find a Mousetrap, and it's never like the full complete game. Missing
there
stuff.
Was all kinds of little pieces with that.
Yes.
Too. Yeah, I think I had and I don't remember. I think I had a cousin that had it, or one of my friends had it, and played the shit out of Mousetrap. Mousetrap was awesome.
Yeah, see, I just feel like I missed out, man.
No, well, I'm. You know what? Buy a Verbot, then you'll feel like you missed out. Buy a Verbot. I would have given up my Verbot for a Mousetrap.
That big of a deal, huh?
That was disappointing. I wanted that really badly, and when I got it, I was so disappointed. And I tried and tried. I don't want to get back into that again.
Well, quickly.
That's just another disappointment.
Did you tell your parents it didn't work? Did you tell them anything or make them maybe you got a bad one?
No, I did. Well, I may have asked Dad to look at it, and he said, "I don't know, it doesn't work." So I don't know. I don't remember if I asked them about it or not, but I tried desperately, and it was just a horrible thing.
Well, I apologize for that. I mean, I feel bad. I mean, it would be kind of an asshole move for me to be like, "Oh yeah, I remember the Verbot. It was great. I had to lift up shit and shit. Yeah. I had to lift it up. It drove my car, mowed the lawn, it did every damn thing." What do you mean yours didn't work?
Yeah, I'm still using it today. Works just like it did when I got it out of the box.
If it does my taxes and everything.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to Verbot. I'm just depressed, and I don't want to do that.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're going to talk about Star Wars and some of like the more popular toys, and the reason why we're not really talking about them that much. Here next at the Not for Losers podcast. Here's a nice message from the fine, loving people at WELLTECH USA.
Man, it is great to be back in this mall. I've not been here for a long time. I remember when Music Land was over there and KB Toy and Hobby. I spent hours in KB Toy and Hobby. Spencer's Gifts used to be right there. And what is this guy doing?
Step right up. We're going to rejuvenate the mall. Come join my program. Hey, you, come over here, motherfucker.
Are you talking to me?
You're the only person standing there.
What do you need?
How would you like to restart your career?
Oh, that sounds great.
Think about it. An arcade attendant where you got like all these quarters strapped up all around your waist and all the boys and girls come up to you. You're sitting there just popping, just ping, 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 and shit all over the place. Doesn't that sound exciting?
That would be great, especially because arcade games are so popular now in 2022.
So what if I told you you could take my 5-week program, get certified in all the tricks of the trade and arcade repair industry and shooting quarters at people with trick shots, put your ass to work in 3 to 5 weeks.
That sounds
job placement.
That sounds outstanding.
Well, see, it seems like you're an easy sell, partner, and so I'm going to be closing up shop early tonight.
Well, I'm here to help. You know, the important thing to me is that I sink my career into something that has no possibility of success.
See, I like the cut of your jib. You're using your noodle, you young whippersnapper.
I don't know, Mr. WELLTECH. I don't know if I can do this. I mean, it seems exciting and fun, but it also seems completely ridiculous.
Now, please call me Joe.
Okay, Jody.
Yes, what do you want? How about this? Go ahead and try my exclusive plan. 1-week program. Put your ass to work to 7 to 15 weeks. Job guaranteed. 32% job placement.
That sounds outstanding as long as we no longer talk about jibs or noodles. Whoa. Wait a minute. At first you said it was 75% job placement. Then you went to 32% job placement. What the hell's going on here?
Well, first off, I said 78% job placement, then 32% job placement. It's simple math, motherfucker. You leave that for me and the suits in the back.
Well, I got to tell you, I need to make sure that I can provide for my family. What are we talking about for salary here?
Are you asking me what I have in my pocket?
Sure. What do you have in your pocket?
I have a $100 gift certificate for the Wiener Dog Hut place down the corridor down there.
Wait a minute. The Wiener Dog place, isn't that just a dude standing outside the food court with his hand down his pants?
That was me, actually. It caught me on an off week.
Well, that sounds great. What do I need to do to get started?
All you need to do is just sign your name on this form here, give me your social security number, blood type, vaccination card info, the barometric pressure currently at this time, and pollen count.
That sounds great. I have all that information right here.
See, here at WELLTECH, we really do make a difference. WELLTECH USA. Get a job and you'll get paid. The women will dig you. You'll get laid. WELLTECH. What the fuck you waiting for, motherfucker?
And we are back. Not for Losers podcast, episode 1. We're talking about toys. We ended at the point where we're talking why we have not talked about Star Wars, G.I. Joe, He-Man. Because it seems like it's too common and everybody knows about those things. By the way, this particular part of the program is not sponsored by Woolworth. What's your thoughts on this? I think we can all agree for a boy, Star Wars was just ridiculous, right? It was just the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. I mean, for that age group, Star Wars, I was just hitting that age at just the right time when Empire Strikes Back came out, A New Hope a little bit more, but I was pretty young when that came out. But Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, I hit right about the perfect age where I mean, we were surrounded by Star Wars at that point. It was huge. And I think Star Wars and Transformers and G.I. Joe and He-Man, all that stuff, it just hit at the right time.
Yes, and like I said, the reason why we didn't talk about those first is just because we wanted to be a little different, a little unique, because at the end of the day, I mean, if we did this sort of format, we would be talking about Star Wars and stuff 24/7, or G.I. Joe, or Transformers, or He-Man, or wherever the case may be. What was, I will say I love the Star Wars toys, but I will say action figure wise, the G.I. Joe action figure was superior to the Star Wars action figure.
Absolutely. It had more joints.
Yes, I mean, you could bend to things. I mean, had some goofy action sequences with the Star Wars action figures, with the kind of one leg bowed out like they're supposed to look like they're running.
Yep. Yeah, they didn't. And didn't they? I think they changed them since then.
Yeah, the joints and stuff bend now. So it's like people that are younger that are listening right now, they're probably like, what the hell are they talking about? They've always been. But no, back when we were growing up, late 70s, early 80s, I mean, it was just, the arms and the legs. And I mean, the joint was the shoulder area and the hip, and that was it.
Yeah. They had the lightsaber that had a little lever on the bottom of it that slid out of the dude's hand.
Yes.
Do you remember that? And that was
but you would think if they could do all that, they could at least give us some damn joints too.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it was ridiculous.
What was your favorite Star Wars toy?
Oh, I had the Millennium Falcon.
New from Kenner's Star Wars collection, the Millennium Falcon that you put together. Batteries not included.
Nice landing, Han Solo. Uh-oh, come on, Chewbacca. Stormtroopers are coming.
Action figures each sold separately.
Got him on radar. I'll fire the laser cannon.
There's even a hidden storage hatch.
Ready for takeoff. Jump to light speed. We're gone. On to the Death Star.
New Star Wars Millennium Falcon. Action figures each sold separately.
Oh, you actually had one?
I actually had the Millennium Falcon, and I had more fun with that thing. I mean, it was huge. I mean, for a Star Wars toy, it was gigantic, and yeah, it was really cool. And the little features that they had, where they had you could lift up the plates in the floor and hide the figures underneath it, like in the movie, and guns shooting up from the top, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, see, I didn't have that. I don't think I knew anybody had that, because we lived in a poor community. We weren't hoity-toity like your family. So,
well, yes, I used to drink champagne out of the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, well, you've been drinking since the Verbot, so naturally.
I should have been. Yeah,
naturally.
So we would drive by people like you. We used to call you commoners. That's what we used to call. That's what we'd say. Look, they're the commoners over there. Don't look too long; they'll look back.
Yeah, until you look at like, hey, is he drinking some Grey Poupon? I'm like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just spreading it on the sandwich and stuff. I'm just drinking the shit because that's how hoity-toity I was. But no, my two favorites would be I can't even remember what the hell it was called, but I know there was like an action play set.
Here's the new Star Wars Death Star space station that you put together. Action figures each sold separately.
Darth Vader's firing a laser cannon. It's been hit. He's after Luke. Take the elevator. Hurry! Now cross the light bridge. You won't escape me. Jump, Luke! Oh no! The trash compactor! There's a trash monster! The wall's closing! Save!
Kenner's new Star Wars Death Star space station. Action figures each sold separately.
You had a drawbridge, and the characters, you could move them across the drawbridge. You could break in the middle, and they fall into the trash compactor. Then on the side of it, you could crank the thing to crush them or whatever.
Yeah, that was like the Death Star. That was part of the Death Star, right?
Yes.
It was the trash compactor in the Death Star.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I believe there was string in there too. You could swing you because when Luke swings Princess Leia across the thing or whatever. I think there's like a rope in there somewhere too.
Yeah, I didn't have that. I guess we couldn't find it in the normal stores. So.
Yes. You just couldn't afford it, as I had it next to me in the passenger seat as I drink my Grey Poupon. Listeners, we'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on Star Wars, G.I. Joe, He-Man, the Transformers. What are your favorite action figures? And the ladies and stuff, don't forget, we haven't forgot about you, because we're highly familiar with the Cabbage Patch Kids and Strawberry Shortcake and things of that nature too. I mean, I had a sister that played with all that stuff, a whole bedroom smelling like strawberries and blueberries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, we would definitely love to hear your thoughts and opinions also. And we're going to be back here with some more stuff here on Not for Losers podcast. And let's hear a word from our not sponsor.
Ooh, yeah, look at here. You're listening to the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Yeah, I came in here to Woolworths because I gotta do some shopping. Yeah, I'm gonna shop until I drop. Oh, yeah. Elizabeth, go over there and check out the purses. Yeah, I'm gonna come over here and check out these Imposter cologne. I can smell like anything I want to smell like. Yeah, and I can smell like a world champion. Yeah, I can smell like, ooh, look at there. They have a soda bar. Yeah, stay over there, Elizabeth. I gotta go to the soda bar. Yeah, they have everything I need. Everything I need. Yeah, if you've never been to Woolworths before, it's too bad because they're closed. Dig it?
We are back. This is the Not for Losers podcast. My name's Troy Hill. There's Kyle. How are you, Kyle?
I'm doing well.
And we're getting ready to close this show, but we just like to thank everybody who took the time listening to the program. We will be back. This is a bi-weekly program every other Friday. We'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions, your comments on toys that we might not have covered today. Do you have anything else you'd like to say to the people, Kyle?
I would like to apologize if any of this came out stupid.
Well,
that's fair, right?
I don't know how to top that. So I'm just going to say thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time. We're going to be all over in podcast world, media formats coming up soon. And we're also going to be on YouTube as well. So we'll check you next time. Not for Losers podcast. We'll holla.